what happened. I hope you learned how to take Cortex. Say Cutex. A long time ago. It's called nail polish Cutex. So, but anyway, forgot about the Cutex. Cortex. Yeah. And hey, hello, welcome back to Hair Knife. Today we are going to be finishing up our discussion on the hair shaft. Remember, we talked about the hair root in a previous videos, so I'll link that in the bottom so that you can see if you haven't seen it already. And today we're going to be talking about the hair shaft and what it does and the reason for it. Okay, so the hair shaft is made up of three main parts. We're going to be talking about the hair cuticle, the hair cortex, and the hair medulla. So we're going to be talking about these three parts of your hair shaft so that you understand what happens to your hair when you do certain services on your hair. Now in the next clip, you're going to be seeing image of your hair cortex, your hair cuticle, and your hair medulla. So we're going to be showing you that in the next image. But before we go on to that, like if you like it, subscribe, press that bell notification so that you will be notified every time I post a new video. Share my videos and leave a comment. Subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so on to that clip. The hair cuticle is the outermost layer of the hair. It contains of a single overlapping layer of transparent scale-like cells that look like shingles on a roof. The cuticle layer provides a barrier that protects the inner structure of your hair as it lays tightly against the cortex. It is responsible for creating the shine and the smoothness, the silky feel of healthy hair. Now to feel your cuticle. Pinch a single healthy hair strand, one hair strand, between your thumb finger and your index finger. Starting from your scalp, pulling upwards towards the strand of your hair. Your hair should feel silky and smooth. Next, you take your same two fingers and you pinch the hair from the ends going towards your scalp. Your hair should be feeling rough and bumpy. That is because you are going against the grain, and the natural growth of your hair cuticle layer. A healthy, compact cuticle is the hair's main defense against damage. A lengthwise cross section of hair show that all through the hair cuticle scales overlap each individual hair cuticle scales. All hair cuticle scales are attached to your cortex. Those overlapping scales make up the cuticle layer. Swelling the hair by applying substance such as hair coloring rinse, the cuticle layer opens the space between the scales which allow the liquid to enter the cortex. A healthy hair cuticle layer protects the hair from penetration and prevents damage of your hair fibers. Oxidization hair colors, permanent waving solutions, and chemical relaxer must have alkaline pH to penetrate the cuticle layer because a high pH swell the cuticles and cause it to lift and expose your cortex. So your cuticle is your outermost layer that protects your cortex. Now onto the cortex. Watching the image on your screen, you will definitely see that the hair cuticle and the hair cortex is very close knit under the hair cuticles. The cracky scaly thing is your hair cuticle, and the smooth next part inside is your cortex, and then the pink one will be your medulla. Now, the hair cortex is the middle layer of your hair. It's made up from fibrous protein and also contain melanin and pigments. So that's where you get your hair color from. From about 90% of your hair total weight is made up from your cortex. Unique protein strands located within the cortex. The changes involved in oxidization, hair coloring, wet setting, tumble styling, permanent waving, and chemical hair relaxer. All these take place within the cortex. Without your cortex, if you was to do a tumble styling, your hair will not get straight. If you was to do a relaxer, your hair will not get straight. If you was to go wavy, from straight to wavy, your hair will not go wavy. Wet setting. Your cortex is what is the master for making all these things happen. Okay, so we just finished talking about the cortex. So you know the cortex is the master to make your hair do what you want it to do. So everything worked together. If you haven't seen my video on hair root, I will link that in the bottom so that you will be able to check that out. The medulla is the innermost part of your hair. Is composed of round cell. It's quite common for people with very fine and naturally blonde hair to entirely lack medulla. Generally, only thick, coarse hair contains medulla. All male beard have medulla in it. Now, medulla is not involved in any salon practice or services. Why? Because we don't go in that far down. So now that we learn about our cuticle, our cortex, and our medulla, we know what happens in our hair when we do different services onto our hair. Why our hair change color when we use bleaching solution, or why we hair get straight when we use relaxer, or if we have straight hair, why we hair curl when we use permanent waving solution. So we learned a lot today about your cortex, your cuticle, and your medulla. And the image, I hope the image helped you to realize where everything is in your hair. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment and press that bell notification so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. And continue studying and watching the image in another few clips that is going to be coming up, so you know where your hair cuticle is, your cortex is, and your medulla is. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something from it. You learned what your cortex does, why your hair gets straight when you put relaxer on it, or when you do a tumble styling or coloring, what happened. I hope you learned how to take your cortex. Take Cutex. A long time ago. It's called nail polish Cutex. So, but anyway, forgot about the Cutex. Cortex. Yeah. And your cuticle, what it does and what it's for, you know that it's protecting your cortex unless you decide to do something to it. Okay, if you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, press that bell notification so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Share my videos and leave a comment in the comment section. And I want you to stay safe, stay blessed, stay positive. One love. Have an amazing day. And I'll see you in the next video.